Hit record. Hi, and welcome to the last day of our prenatal immersion about finding our glow. Today is going to be a bit shorter than the other days, and we're just going to wrap it all up and see how to take it from here, what the next steps would be. And just before we begin, I want to do just a few minutes of a meditation. And this meditation came to me after yesterday's session with Helen, when we talked about the affirmations and how powerful the I am statement was, and how simply I am is enough. So it reminded me of a meditation I used to do a lot before. I haven't done it in a while, but I feel like I wanted to do this again. So we're going to start the wrap-up session with this meditation. So wherever you are, just sit, because today we're not going to be doing a yoga practice as such. So we're gonna sit, whether you're on the chair or the bouncing ball or the floor. Just sit and feel the contact between your feet and the earth, where even if your legs are crossed, just plant them down and bring the palms of the hands to the tops of the thighs. And come to your breath. And this meditation is a chakra meditation. It's based on the 7 main chakras. And it's also an affirmation meditation. So we're going to locate each one of those chakras and repeat an affirmation internally. Let's take a breath in and take a breath out. On your next breath, send your awareness, send your inner eye to your base chakra, your root chakra. All the way to the bottom of your spine, the lowest part of your spine. And repeat to yourself 3 times. I am safe. I am safe. I am safe. Guide your inner eye up to your lower abdomen, the lowest part of your abdomen, right around below your belly button, maybe where your baby is resting if you're pregnant. And repeat to yourself 3 times, I am loved. I am loved. I am loved. And then take your awareness up above your belly button to your upper abdomen. So at the base of the rib cage, your solar plexus area. So if you're pregnant, this would be above the baby bump. And repeat to yourself, I am powerful. I am powerful. I am powerful. And then from here, take your awareness to the heart center, the heart chakra, the center that we've been working with for the past 3 or 4 days. And say to yourself, I am compassionate. I am compassionate. I am compassionate. And then take your awareness to the base of the throat. And repeat to yourself, I am intuitive. I am intuitive. I am intuitive. And keeping there at the base of your throat, repeat, I speak my truth. I speak my truth. I speak my truth. And now draw your inner eye up to your third eye, that space behind the forehead. So imagine the space in between your eyebrows and behind, in the middle of your head. And with your focus in there, here we say, I am intuitive. I am intuitive. I am intuitive. And now take your awareness to the top of the head, to the crown of the head. And repeat to yourself, I am. I am. I am. And then when you're ready, let go of any mental focus or concentration. Slowly open your eyes, ready to take this in. Perfect. So how are you? How are you doing, Maria, after the last few days?
Good. Also, yeah, since yesterday, I returned to my calm. I'm more connected with myself. Actually, today I dreamed in English. And when I woke up, I had just to write for myself, like sentences like I am, this kind of things. I had a lot. I have like a blood for one side and another side, like
wow,
information. So it was very inspiring. It was great.
That's amazing. It sounds like you kind of let your body just channel stuff, and you could just start writing things that were just things were flowing through you.
Yeah, this was great.
That's amazing. I'm so happy to hear that. Yes. Great. Well, I have a little presentation for today mainly to keep me on track. I think we'll be maybe about 15 or 20 minutes. So I thought I'd have some slides ready, do it old school so that that we keep on track. So let me share my screen. Okay, I think everybody should see this. Can you see this? Yep. Okay. So this is where we've been this week. Prenatal yoga and coaching immersion. Because we have been doing yoga and coaching and putting it together. All of this has been to find your inner glow. So I'm going to recap what we've done over the last few days. And then we'll see why we've done it like this. So day one, we talked about confidence. And we talked about our posture, how that influences our confidence. We talked about our thoughts and our emotions and how that influences our confidence. We talked about our breath and how the way we breathe influences our confidence. We also talked about how confidence comes from inner strength. It's not necessarily outer confidence, but it's something from deep within. And this took us to a heart center meditation, a meditation from the heart. In this chakra meditation, actually, I said your solar plexus. We said I am powerful there. Actually, but that's true from a more physical point of view. From a martial arts point of view, it's that's your powerhouse, the upper abdomen. From an energetic point of view, it's your heart center. And especially when you're pregnant, or even after you're pregnant, this lower abdominal area is different. It's not your powerhouse as such anymore. The balance of your energies have shifted. Your powerhouse is now somewhere else, because what used to be what we imagine the abdominals, that powerhouse, that center of our body, is now holding a baby, or is holding that space where a baby was. So to really get that inner strength and that inner confidence, we need to move up a level and make it come from the heart. And to do this, we did some strength building standing poses. If you notice that day one was really standing, we were on our feet, we were on our legs, we were building strength in our legs. And we had wide legs, we were squatting, we were building strength through the legs. And the result of that practice was to help remove fear and remove anxiety, and to be able to trust in ourselves and in our own ability. On the second day, we kind of went the opposite, and we went into relaxation mode. We talked about why this was important, why relaxation is there to balance our hormones. It helps us manage anxiety. We practiced a long guided relaxation, which you can always return to if you want. Just go to the end of that day 2 and just take those last 10 minutes, practice that guided relaxation. If you notice, we did a particular type of breath where we made the exhalation slightly longer than the inhalation. Yeah, you noticed. And that helps us calm. That's a trigger for the body, the mind to say, okay, now I need to relax. And most of our poses were quite the opposite of the first day. They were on the floor. We didn't really stand up in that whole class. We were on the ground, we were lying down, we were doing calming restorative poses. And the result of this type of work is that the body can shift into its most efficient state, and it can perform at peak level. I know, Maria, you're a musician, if you can probably tell the difference when you go in relaxed to when you go in tight and nervous. It's the same thing when you have to give birth. It's kind of like a performance. You want to be going in your optimum state as much as possible, as much as within your control. On the third day, we talked about finding that middle point, because as we mentioned, we have a nervous system that has 2 states, and they're both important states. However, we need to know when to use one to the other. So, for example, when we're in a state of stress, we can't feel calm. And when we're feeling fear, we can't feel love. You cannot feel stressed and calm at the same time. So when it comes to giving birth, or when it comes to being with your baby, when your baby's in your arms, if we can move into that place of calm instead of stress, how can we find that balance? And the practice was really a lot of repetitive movements, circular flows. If you notice, we did a lot of circular things with the arms, circular things with the legs, circular movements with the hips, with the whole body. It was a bit of a repetitive circular thing, like a little bit of a dance, like a moving meditation. Those were the kind of practices that we used to help us find that balance. And in each practice, the key was the breath and how to link the breath with the movement. Yeah, so if you remember, first we start with the breath, and then we followed with the movement, and then we did the breath and then the movement. And again, the same thing applies to when you have to come and give birth. You use the breath to do the movement, whether that movement is pushing or any movement that comes, you use the breath. And the result is learn how to shift from one nervous system to the other effortlessly. The key here is effortlessly. How can you know instinctively when you need to go into a state of stress, because you might need to go into a state of stress, and when you can go into a state of calm. And on the 4th day, which was yesterday, we talked about the power of talking and sharing. And Helen guided us here, and Helen taught us a really elegant tool. And I use the word elegant because it was simple and effective. And for me, anything that's simple and effective is just elegant. I don't like complicated things. And this helped us transform all these unhelpful negative thoughts into helpful positive ones. And we just used the example. We each picked our own one thought. And through a series of 6 steps, she helped us transform, find a method and a tool that we can just transform those thoughts into positive ones. We also shared our thoughts and our feelings with each other. Sometimes we could have not had to do that. We could have just kept it to ourselves and written it on a piece of paper, but we each chose to share. And that's because the space was a judgment-free space. At least I like to think so. I think that if at any point you feel judged, you're not going to open yourself up and be vulnerable. So we felt it was a safe space to do that. And we were in the hands of a professional. We knew that Helen is a trained coach. This is her job. This is what she does. It's her area of expertise. So we felt safe. And once you feel safe, you can be vulnerable, and then everything can come up and you're happy to share. And we also learned that a big part of talk was self-talk. Yeah, and Maria, you pointed out about the mind-body connection, how you kind of had a light bulb moment and it made sense. And that's because of this self-talk. You have external talk of other people projecting their thoughts and their fears of you, but we have our self-talk. And that is equally as important, or if not more. And the result, and these are the results of what we shared as a group, because each person will have their own individual results. We shared that we had a higher sense of self-trust. We felt a feeling of lightness. Some of us felt a higher energy and also less fear. And all of this was just in an hour and with one tool. So today, I just wanted to summarize it and hopefully to get that picture of it all coming together, because my idea of all of this is to help others have a calm and confident pregnancy experience, and not just pregnancy, but everything that comes beyond. And the way that we do this is not just with one tool. As we've seen from the last few days, we have been combining breath. We've been combining asana. By asana, I mean yoga poses, what we visualize as physical yoga poses. We've been combining meditation. We've been talking about mental health and emotional health with our coach. We've been talking about scientific knowledge. There's been things that are scientifically backed up, like our nervous system, like the power of relaxation. All these things are studied in science. And there's been the element of support and coaching. And the support and coaching is twofold. It's the support that we've had from the group. We've been a small group, and there's no shame in saying that. We've been very few numbers, and I get that. Not everybody can join online, and not everybody can take the time of work, and not everybody's ready to share. But even with a few people, there's been enough to have that support within that group. And there's been the external support of the yoga teacher, myself, and the coach. And that can be quite a powerful tool. So from there, I wanted to ask a few questions, because we've talked about these tools and all these amazing tools, and now I want to bring it into real life. So I want to ask you, whether you're here online or whether you're watching it later, do these things sound familiar to you? So are you struggling with fully embracing this supposedly most magical moment of your life? Is there something preventing you from feeling happy and confident, and actually allowing yourself to experience a pregnancy and postnatal journey that's full of joy and security? Or are you worried about the changes your body's going through, and if you'll be able to recognize yourself in the mirror again? Or do you maybe feel like you're alone, or your partner or those around you are living a different experience to you at this point in time, even though they might have gone through it 20, 30 years ago, but they're not going through it now. And that's why they don't understand what you're going through. So that's why I've ended up coming to this Calm and Confident membership. And that's what I want to talk about today. With all those different tools and all those different emotions, I've created the Calm and Confident membership to help you overcome those blocks which are preventing you from stepping into motherhood from a place of joy and happiness, not a place of fear and stress, but from a place of joy and happiness. And it's a membership, it's a program, a membership, whatever you want to call it, but it finds the right support that acknowledges all of the needs. So what we've done in the last 4 days, we've covered physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual needs. Because when it comes to this journey into motherhood, it's not just about the yoga poses, it's not just about the therapy, it's not just about the meditation. It's really a full picture that comes together. And I, first of all, want you to know that you're an amazing mama, whether your baby is inside you, whether your baby's out of you. And even if you had all those worries, or you feel like you haven't done the breath or the practice or the meditation or the coaching, it doesn't matter. You're an amazing mama. You're doing the best that you can. And that's why with this membership, I want you to really realize that you're an amazing mama. And what I'm trying to show you is that together we can manage and reduce physical aches and discomfort, because those physical aches and discomfort can be a real trigger point. Yeah, they are physical, but they can really affect our life and affect our mental health, and how we can understand pain from a different point of view. This is during pregnancy, during birth, and even after. I want to help you be able to stay active or even start or continue yoga practice in a safe manner for you and your baby. Whatever you do has to be safe for you and your baby. I want to help you identify to identify and manage those feelings of fear and anxiety, and then be able to transform them into those that can actually help you thrive. So like what we did yesterday, we've identified those feelings that we don't want, those thoughts, and we transform them. We can do that with thoughts, we can do that with feelings, we can do that with emotions. I want to offer you a space and a community that you can lean on, and a safe space for when you're feeling lonely, or for when you're not feeling lonely. If you feel like sharing, but you might not be alone or feeling lonely, but there might be some things you want to share that you can only share with those who are going through the similar things that you're going through now. As much as you love your partner, they cannot fully understand what you're going through, because it's just a different body, it's a different experience. And I want to help you overcome those blocks that are preventing you from stepping into motherhood from a place of joy. That is key here, really coming from a place of joy and happiness. So I've created a membership, and this is what's included. There's a lot of stuff included in this membership. It's going to be amazing. So there's some pre-recorded content. There's 4 whole modules of pre-recorded content with unlimited access to videos, with yoga classes, prenatal and postnatal yoga classes, breath work, relaxation, coaching, and scientific explanations. If you notice, these are the things that we've covered in these last few days. There's going to be weekly live yoga class, prenatal and postnatal weekly live yoga class. I know a lot of memberships give you access to pre-recorded videos on demand. For me, it's important to see you, and it's important for me to see what you're doing, whether you're pregnant or after you've had a baby, and for you to see me live. And then we have a live class. And then you can watch the recording whenever you want, but you know that once a week, there's an opportunity for a real teacher to stop and see you. Then every month, there's going to be a different workshop on a different topic. And that's not going to be given by me. That's going to be given by an expert in a perinatal field. So this month, we're doing nutritional health by Laura Milano. She's a nutritional therapist. Each month will be held by a different expert covering their own area of expertise. There's going to be monthly, or maybe bi-monthly, if we're lucky, perinatal emotional well-being health coach. And this will be led and facilitated by our trained professional coach, Helen Wright. So if you want to know what coaching is like during this journey, have a look at day 4 and see how transformational just 1 hour of a group session can be. And then we have group support. So this is a members-only private group where we can support each other through our journey, because we're going through it together at the end of the day. And this kind of breaks down into a little bit of what I've said before. The breakdown of the work is really by trimester. In each trimester, you get the breath work for that trimester, you get the yoga practice for that trimester, you get the relaxation practices for that trimester. Then we have the emotional and mental health coaching. We have the community aspect, and we have the specialist workshops. And there's some extra bonuses. There's the first bonus, which is a 2-hour workshop on how to adapt your yoga practice during pregnancy, which you can watch for free. There's the 4th trimester. There's a whole module about the 4th trimester. And there's a guide to pelvic floor exercises, because this is not the place to talk about it, but we know that the pelvic floor is key, especially if you're going to have, after your birth or even after the second child, and being careful about maintaining a strong pelvic floor until we become older, whether you have children or not, but especially as we age. So now, just take a stop. I've talked a lot. I've loaded a whole lot of information on you. So just take a breath in and take a breath out. And just imagine that feeling of inner calm and confidence during your pregnancy. And just imagine going into your delivery full of love instead of fear. And just imagine having physical and emotional support from trained coaches who are also mothers. And then finally, know that what you've learned during your pregnancy is going to serve you for life. And that doesn't matter whether it was with me in a yoga class or anything else. The experience you've had throughout your whole pregnancy is going to serve you for life. So, what does this mean from the other side? The exchange, your investment. So I'm offering this membership right now for 97 euros instead of the standard 149 euros. And that's offering a 52 euro a month saving for the whole membership. And it's a monthly membership, so you can start when you want and you can leave when you want. But if you join now in December, because we're starting in December, you'd pay 97 euros a month. I'm going to bring it up to 149 in January. And because you're the first calm and confident members, you're the founding members, you're grandfathering this membership, I'm giving the first month off 50%. Which is, I'm rounding it to 45 euros as a 50%. So even if you just want to join the first workshop or the first coaching session of December, you can join at 45 euros. And then if you want to stop your membership, you're welcome. I will not take it personally, and you can stop your membership. Or you can sign up for the year, which would be 12 months, and get 2 months for free, because you have to see where you are in your pregnancy. If you're at the beginning of your pregnancy, I'm going to cover postnatal as well. So you could get 2 months for free. And what you get in exchange is modules covering everything you need to know about your yoga practice during your pregnancy, live weekly prenatal and postnatal yoga classes, access to all the recordings, to all the online classes and the workshops. You get support in the private Facebook group and WhatsApp group, whatever group you connect with better. We get live mental health coaching by a qualified therapist and access to those recordings if you can't make it. And we get live specialist workshops with guest speakers. And the topics will be, at the moment, I've got people, the running up is going to be, the first is going to be nutritional health, then it's going to be about breastfeeding, then it's going to be about relaxation, and it's just going to be covered by different people. 30-day money back, no question asked. If you're not happy, 30 days, you get your money back. So for December, like I said, it's only 45 euros. And if you pay for 12 months, if you pay for 10 months, you get 12 months, and you get a bonus of a one-to-one private yoga class with me. Okay. So I would love to know if you have any questions. You're welcome to ask them here. Now, you're welcome to send me an email. You're welcome to have a look at the link, the Calm and Confident membership. And you're also welcome to watch the free immersion replay as many times as you want. The link is there until the 1st of December. Take of it as much as you want and enjoy. So I would also like to thank you for this opportunity, because it's been a wonderful experience for me. I'm very excited to be launching my first online membership and to be able to really collaborate with all these amazing experts and not just do the yoga side, but really make it a holistic experience that's going to take us all the way from pregnancy into motherhood. So thank you. And I'd love to know your thoughts, or if you have any questions or anything at all, you're more than welcome to share. I will.
Hi. I don't have any question right now. Also, no, I was just remembering and